Welcome back, guys. I did a short on TikTok about the duality inside of self. You know, what are you trying to, I want to say, unearth and cultivate inside of who you are? You know, that authenticity. You know, I'm wearing a hockey jersey because I like hockey. I also like tarot. I also am a mom. You know, I play basketball. Like I do so many different things. I'm also very soft and I have flowers all through my house. But within the collective, it's almost like you guys are grasping at straws, trying to figure out who you are. It's almost like, I don't want to say an ego death. I mean, some of you very well could be going through an ego death. An ego death is just a spiritual woo-woo way of saying midlife crisis, in a way. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you're trying to figure it out. A lot of us are recognizing that the identity that we had as a child was something that was placed upon us, right? It wasn't really you. And so you're trying to figure that out, and it's just a very curious energy. Because you're not wearing a mask. Duality and authenticity are not a mask. A mask is being put on saying, you can't see me, I'm fine, I'm good. Being in authenticity is saying what you see is what you get. Yes, I like to wear jerseys. Yes, I like to wear hats. Yes, I like to wear jewelry and I like to have flowers everywhere in my home. Yes, I like to do tarot. I have a cat, I have a dog, you know, like you can be everything of who you are 24/7. That's the difference of authenticity versus ego and a mask. There is no mask. There is no room for ego when you have truly stepped into authenticity. But it's almost like it's an identity crisis right now. Like you're trying to figure out who you are, where you're going, and what really is for you. And that's an okay space to be in. It really is. What is this space? Because it's not even just tarot, right? For me right now, it's the energy that's coming through from the collective. Justice, Four of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. It's union of self. And the Queen of Swords. You guys are trying to go about, in the world, you're trying to go about this in a hyperlogical sense. I want to pull these in the Wheel of Fortunes. I know that in the Moon. You can't, I'm not going to say you can't. You can do whatever you want to do, right? It is not, I want to say in the highest and best, to try and figure out who you are by being hyperlogical. You must have a balance of emotion with the logic, right? You must be balanced with your grounding as well as with your passions. There has to be balance inside of all things. And I'm remembering right now as I'm talking about this, we are in the final bits of shedding 2025. And we're gearing up for that year of the horse, right? I mean, I myself have been, there's a horse, Knight of Wands. I myself, I've been getting over being super, super sick for the last 2 weeks. I know a lot of other tarot readers that I listen to and that I even speak with, we have all been just going through this, it's a reset. It's almost like a reboot, you know, and we're new level, new devil, basically, right? And so as a collective, our minds are being shifted, they're changing. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're stepping into a higher timeline if we so choose. You know, some of us might still need to learn something back here and then we're ready to move forward. Everybody is on their path as they should be. Never think that you are better than someone else because they might be a little further behind on their path. Okay? That's very, very important as we move forward into the year of the horse because everybody's horse is going to be moving at a different pace. Okay? Think about that. Everybody is going to be moving at a different pace. Ace. And it's the year of the fire horse too, so there's a lot of fire, there's a lot of passion burning and brewing. This is union of self right now. Walking away from the things with that 8 of, stones or pentacles, that this doesn't belong to you anymore. You're ready for newer and bigger. And I'm looking at this 8 of stones almost like it's the 8 of pentacles, or it is the 8 of pentacles, the 8 of cups, where we're walking away from something because it's so barren, Yes, it's established, it's been built, but it can be so much more. And you are so much more. We're really building inside of ourselves right now. This 4 of branches, which is the 4 of wands, it's just a union inside of self, and it's a matter of what are you going to put into it? This Knight of Wands energy, this is fast moving energy, right? What are we being called to do with the Justice though? Because Justice is, Saturn energy. It's karma. What you put out is what you're going to get back, right? Whew, Tower. And the 9 of Pentacles is at the bottom, matching, where is it? The 8 of Pentacles. The Tower is fascinating because the Tower typically, you see 2 people falling out of the tower and it's being struck by lightning. So something that was built has now crumbled. It no longer serves us. This tower is intact. It's not going anywhere. So there's a fundamental foundation inside of you. It's not moving. With that Justice, it's not going anywhere. You have this deck, okay. I want to know what it is though. Because the Tower can mean anything, and for me, typically when a Tower comes out, it usually hits within 24 to 48 hours, and you don't know what it is. It could be good, it could be bad. Just know that when a Tower does come, it's a lesson, and it's something that we ought to embrace. Because whether it seemed good or bad in the moment, it's going to teach us something. It's going to teach us something about the situation that we're in, inside of ourselves, outside of ourselves. And Justice is beautiful. It can be beautiful. I'm noticing it almost looks like the steps are covered in something not so pleasant, and because I'm going to put this on YouTube, I don't know what I am at liberty to say. So I'll let you use your imagination on that one. But this Tower coming in, this Tower, and I was looking up here too. Page of Cups, the 4 of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. It's a truth. I got this in a reading a couple weeks ago. Something returning. There's a return coming back in, and you're not going to dislike it, but it's the truth, and it's all going to be shown, right? You see the sun showing up here. The truth is like light, you can't keep it from shining. And there's the King of Pentacles again in that earlier reading that we had. It's time to go with the flow, you guys. Another King and the 5. It's the King of Swords now with this Queen of Swords too, and another Tower. You know what? The truth is coming out. And maybe this is also an indicator for you to speak your truth about something. Something that you've been holding back on with that duality of who you are. Maybe you're not, ooh, hello. Just following the 2 of Pentacles, all this juggling that you're doing here. Trying to keep it all together. And the Knight of Swords. This is fast moving energy, you guys. Super fast. So just kind of go with it. Flow with it. Temperance. Balance it out. and it's gonna be okay. It's all gonna be okay. But stay balanced, stay grounded. I'll do a deeper dive into this tower though, because I'm really curious about this energy. So talk to you later.